Hi, my name is Eline, and with this podcast I dive deep into the world of chronic illness. What is living with a chronic illness like? What are ways to redefine your purpose when life hit you so hard? How do people do this? I am on the lookout for answers to find out if there is a way to have a life filled with freedom, joy and happiness, even when it feels like you're a prisoner in your own body. Welcome. Hello, and welcome back to a new episode of the Spoonies Community Podcast. My name is Eline, and I'm here together with my co-host, my lovely husband, Marcus Bass.
So enthusiastic about this.
I'm excited for
Great.
today.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, hi everyone.
Oh, that was it.
Well, yeah, you're the main host. I'm like co-host, so you do all of that bit, and then I'll just be like,
okay.
oh, hi everyone. Yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back today.
Me too. I'm excited.
Yeah, really excited. What are we going to talk about?
I think I'm going to be learning quite a bit today as well, because I thought a good topic for us would be things around what is somatic work, what is spirituality, what is the retreats that you're doing, and what that can be involved in. And I think just shedding a little bit of light on all of that combined, because my knowledge a few years ago was non-existent, and I think it's not non-existent, but getting better. And
just for everyone's, view on Marx's spirituality. You thought a psychologist was voodoo.
I did indeed, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still do a little bit, but no, I mean, when we first met and you told me your mum was a psychologist, and when we moved to the Netherlands and it felt like every person under the sun was seeing a psychologist, I thought it was voodoo. Yeah, I didn't quite understand it, didn't know why people did it, didn't know what it was about. I thought they were just making it up, and I thought it was a waste of money and a waste of time. Yeah, I did.
Really? A waste of money and time?
Also, in the UK, it's not normal to talk about seeing a psychologist, or in the US, a shrink. Like the terminology shrink, like it's such a negative stigma. So everyone in the UK, well, not everyone, a lot of people in the UK would really keep it quiet. It's like, oh, you're seeing a psychologist. What happened?
Yeah,
like,
true.
Did you lose the plot? Or that's a real English term there. Did you... Did you what, are you having a nervous breakdown? Like, are you seeing ghosts or something? There's something really wrong for you to see a psychologist, not just to have a conversation about whatever it is you need to have a conversation about. So for me, it was a little bit of voodoo.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I thought that could be some good topics for us.
Yeah. I mean, I think somatic work and spirituality are two really big things, but let's see how we can combine them, and otherwise we'll tear them apart and make another episode around spirituality.
Okay.
But let's see.
So what's somatic work?
Going straight in,
yeah. Because, I mean, I still, to this day, have a okay understanding of it, but I've never been through a somatic session myself. And I only hear of people going through it and you going through it. So I think
What is your view on somatic work? What do you think somatic work is?
Oh, God, I should have revised.
Yes.
It's energy work, correct? Yeah.
Meh-ish.
Yeah, it's energy work, no?
What do you think we do with that?
Well, I think you use sometimes movement.
I wish people could see how red your cheeks are at the moment.
I think what would be better for our audience is you to describe what somatic work is, and then we'll go from there. No idea. Here we go. You go.
Okay, so I help... So funny.
So red?
Yeah, you're so red.
Like, I really should have done some revision on this. Yeah, go ahead. Okay,
so in very short, I help people to connect with their bodies.
Okay. What do you mean connect with their bodies? Like running on the spot so that they can feel their legs moving? Could it be...
I mean, if that's what's needed, then that's what's needed. No, what I mean with that is that in today's society, we all live in and from our heads, right? Like, it's basically your body's chopped off and you only live from the top parts.
Yes.
Imagine there's already so much wisdom and intelligence in your head.
Yeah.
Your head is only 1/7 of your whole body. So imagine the wisdom that you are not using and the intelligence that you're not using by not using the intelligence of the rest of your body.
Okay, pause there.
Yeah.
How do you get intelligence from your butt and legs?
It doesn't necessarily have to come from your butt.
No, but I mean, intelligence for me is always, it comes from your brain.
Yeah.
So how does intelligence come from another part of your body?
I love that question. Your body also has ways of communicating with you.
Okay.
Very clear example, you very often in your family, like especially the men part in your fam, have a bad lower back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. All of us do.
There is nothing wrong with it. If you do a CT scan, if you go to the physios, like there's nothing wrong with it, right?
I mean, physio will just say that it's stiff and I need to do some more movement, but no, there's no medical issues.
No. When that happens, that is your body's way of communicating that there's something that you are not wanting to see. Pain is a way for your body to communicate something to you.
Yeah, but doesn't that come through from your brain signals that are telling you the pain rather than your body?
Well, but why is your brain not giving you pain signals in your knee, in your case?
So I move my knees a lot better than I move my back.
But is that the case?
I don't know.
This is one of the most impressive things I've learned. If you take an X-ray of many different spines,
yes.
so the back of people,
yeah,
about 80% of them would have a hernia without realizing that they have a hernia.
Okay.
Because there's no pain.
Okay.
So why is it that one person with a hernia has immense amount of pain and can't move, and the other person with a hernia can move?
I don't know.
It's the way your brain interprets a signal of your body. It's called TMS. This.
Not TMI.
No, not TMI. You can look it up if you want to know more about it. We're going a bit into pain education here right now.
That's fine. Let's see how it goes.
Different topic, but I think for the people that are listening, super interesting. So it's the way that your brain interprets a signal that's coming from your body.
Okay.
There's also no such thing as pain signals. We don't have pain signals. Your body can only distinguish 3 different signals. One is a difference in pressure. Second is a difference in temperature and a difference in acidity.
Do them 3 again.
Pressure, temperature, acidity. So those signals are coming into your skin by you bumping something. You bump your knee against the table, so that is a pressure difference. Very, very quickly, there's a signal going from your knee to your brain. Your brain then interprets that signal. How does it do that? By all your past experiences, by conditioning, by previous traumas that are stored in your brain, in your amygdala, and basically that. So it scans for danger at all times, depending on basically the way that your brain interprets, is there danger, yes or no? It will give you pain or not.
Use me as an example, right?
Yeah.
I always bump my legs into the corners of stuff.
Yeah.
Always. Most of the time, I don't even notice that I've done it, and I don't feel any pain. And 2 days later, you'll tell me, what's that massive bruise on your leg? Yes. And I'll be like, oh, didn't even know that was there. Is that an example of where I have done something, but because I have done it so often, my brain doesn't react to create the pain signals because for me, it's just a normal thing that happens every few days.
Exactly.
And then, is that an example?
Yes,
gotcha.
100%. However, if you were to bump your leg so hard against something that you were, for example, break something, then it might cause your brain to store that information. And then from that moment afterwards, every time you bump your leg, you might have more pain because there has been a danger.
So what happened with you, with your leg, where sometimes if you knock your ankle, and even if it's a small amount, it will create a huge amount of pain for you because it knows it's been broken in the past.
Yeah. And I need to be careful with it.
And you need to be careful with it.
Yeah.
Even if the ratio of knocking it to what a normal pain signal would be, pain amount, is bigger for you than what it would be necessarily for me.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is where a big part of pain education and brain re-education comes in. Because if I knock my ankle into something, there is no danger.
No.
There is not necessarily immediately danger. So that's when you see that the brain is off, because if I just knock my ankle against something, that doesn't mean I'm going to immediately break it again. So I shouldn't have that much amount of pain because it's not relative to what's actually happened.
Yeah, the ratio is different to what it would normally be.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so And we say pain, but it can be anything. It can be pain, it can be fatigue, it can be brain fog, it can be low energy. It can literally be all of the symptoms, like anxiety. It can be all of the symptoms. Just for the ease of the conversation, I will talk about pain.
Yeah.
But this is a very important thing. So when people are saying it's all in your head, it is and it isn't. You know, it triggers people because people would say, oh my God, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Like, the pain is so real. The thing is, it is in your head, but it's literally in your head. It's because it's your brain that's misinterpreting certain signals and oversensitive to a signal that's happening in your body that shouldn't have to react that oversensitive to something.
Yeah.
So for example, again, to you, when you experience a lot of stress, you pull your back, right? Usually.
I pull my back, or I'll get my eye twitch.
Yeah,
Is that
your eye
similar?
twitch? Yes, 100%. It's your body communicating.
Yeah, I always get it's really weird. Like my right eye twitches and it's like I'm winking at people, which was really awkward when it used to happen at work.
Or school,
Or
probably.
school, yeah.
You're
People
16
winking
years
at
old.
people across from the hall, like, yeah. Okay, so that is a stress factor that happens.
It's your body's way of
My body's way of communicating
hey,
something's
up.
Yeah, okay.
So going back to your question, what is somatic work?
Yeah, we digressed, but that's fine.
Completely, but that's okay, because now it comes together. I help people to understand those signals of their body with the work that we're doing.
Okay.
Another thing that is really important here that I really want people to understand is that, again, your brain is wired for sensing danger.
Yeah.
Your brain is one big alarm bell. It is super black and white. There is no nuance, there's no like, oh, I just bumped my leg and it is okay because etc., etc., etc. No, your brain goes black, white, I bumped my leg, it's the wrong leg, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
That's it. Super basic. And it always scans for danger.
Yeah.
So that is also why so many people with chronic illness or pain or whatever symptoms are stuck, because the brain is so extremely powerful, and anything that it doesn't know, any change is super scary for your brain.
Yeah.
And your brain will always keep what it knows, even though it's pain, over changing to something new.
Okay.
And so, again, that is super, super important, because a lot of people are like, why? Like, I have the feeling that I don't want to be better, or I can't get better. And just know that it's your brain that is giving you these signals, and it can be retrained. And also to your brain, another very important thing, it's not only sensing danger externally of you, it's also sensing danger inside of you. Okay. For example, if you have a heart attack, you get pain in your chest and, nausea and pain in your shoulder, etc. So it also scans danger inside of you. For your brain, your emotions is the biggest danger out there. The biggest, by far.
And what do you mean by the emotions?
Emotions. Crying, joy, sadness, anger, guilt, shame, fear, any type of emotion. It's a very big danger for your brain and your body. So, emotion is energy in motion.
I think that's a song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't know about it. If not, it could be a song. Yeah. Emotions are energy in motion. It needs to move. That energy needs to move. And if it doesn't move and it gets stuck somewhere, it gets really annoying and it gets really annoyed. And that's when your brain starts to pick up of like, hey, there is something stuck somewhere. Yeah. And this is where it gets, what I'm trying to do with somatic work. A lot of people, again, with chronic pain, chronic illness, anxiety, burnout, have ignored the emotions for so long and have not let that out of their system, that it stores somewhere inside your body. And from that moment on, your brain knows it's there. Like, it's a bucket that is continuously about to overflow. So every other emotion that you get on top of it, it's pain, it's fatigue, it's something, because your bucket is full at all times and there's no outlet for it. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do with somatic work is create that movement again of that energy so it can flow again, so it doesn't create that same sense of danger for your brain.
Makes total sense.
Like how many people with burnouts are still not feeling what they are feeling. They're just completely debilitated for a while, then usually start to feel a little bit, but not necessarily making the changes that are good for them, or not necessarily emptying out the bucket so the bucket can fill up more and more and more again over the years. Or actually, what you don't ever want to happen is that it overflows again. So you want to make sure that that bucket stays as empty as possible.
Which is why you sometimes see people that will have multiple burnouts.
Yeah.
And then they'll happen quicker because they're not...
Because the bucket is full already.
Yeah. And they're not really going deep on what it actually could be.
Yeah.
Instead, they're just resting, which is a good thing to do, but that's not necessarily the answer.
Exactly. Because you're not going into the root cause of why you're having a burnout or why you're having pain.
And so I'm going to digress slightly, but we can come back to it if needs be. Why is it when people are on burnout, they go to see a psychologist and they feel good from that and then it will come back? Is that because a psychologist in general is only doing a certain type of remedy or certain type of...
Yeah, I understand your question. I think it's a really good one. Listen, I come from a psychologist's background. Like loads of my sisters are psychologists. My mom is a psychologist. I've always seen a psychologist. Not always. Like since my accidents, I've seen a psychologist. The only thing that I really miss there is the body work.
Yeah.
Because you can really talk a lot about your emotions. And you can talk about what you're feeling. And that's a very, very, very good first step. Because it is really important to understand. I remember... when I went to the psychologist for the first time, she was like, how are you feeling? And I looked at her, I was like, what can I choose from?
Yeah.
You know, and she literally had to give me a blank, like a page with the wheel of emotions, with all of different emotions that are basically like existent. And that's how I chose a feeling.
Yeah.
And that was how disconnected I was from my body at that point, because I didn't even know. So, and then it's very difficult because if you can't give words to your emotions or feelings, how can you understand it yourself? So psychology is a very, very good first step. Yeah. However, what I miss with it is the body work part, because your body and your nervous system are super wise. And especially trauma gets stored in your body if you don't work through it enough or a lot. And one of the ways, you have several ways. So EMDR is really good for it, but I think EMDR really works with a standalone trauma. Works really well on that. I think a chronic or prolonged trauma works a bit less well, or you need more sessions. Breathwork is another beautiful, beautiful method. Yin yoga or yoga nidra, beautiful method. Any type of movement like gym, you know, or Pilates, or also really beautiful. However, that's when you do miss a certain awareness piece. Yeah. And somatic work. And there's probably loads more out there, but somatic work for me is one of the most beautiful and effective ways, because how I do it is that I create a safe container. So your body and your brain, again, that's when it's coming back, feel safe enough to start to dig into that bucket of emotions and let it come out physically.
You said something earlier, body work. What do you mean by body work?
Body work to me means tapping into the wisdom of the body. Again, you're going to ask me, what does that mean? So let's go into that straight away. Body work is learning to understand the language of your body. Okay. So you were asking me earlier, how does my butt speak to me? Yeah. And then I told you about how your lower back hurts sometimes. The communication doesn't only come from pain or fatigue or symptoms. There are also other ways. Just putting your awareness in meditation, for example, into a place of your body where you feel something like restless, or you feel that your attention is drawn to there, or you have a twitch, or in my case, spasms. Spasms was such a big tool of communication of my body. And every time I had spasms, I panicked. Whereas actually, when I learned to understand what the spasms meant, that was when I could ease into it more. And when it also died down a lot of the times. Yeah. Doesn't mean that I'm completely spasmless, but I do see it now as a trigger or as an alarm bell. Like, hey, okay, wait, what's going on? Like, what's my body trying to tell me? So your body doesn't have words, you know, your body communicates in a different way. And so with somatic work and the work that I do is I teach people to understand their own body and their own body's way of communicating with you, with yourself. Yeah.
So for someone that would come to you on a retreat, for example, or have a session with you online, and say it was me that's never done somatic work before, and you say things like, you're talking like a body part, like what does that body part saying or doing? I would have no idea how to even tell you how my leg is feeling.
Yeah.
So how do you work with someone that is on a very small level of spirituality to even know this, or body work to even understand it, when this is a completely new concept? So how do you work with someone like that?
This doesn't have anything to do with spirituality,
Okay, good.
Yeah. So how I would start with you is standing up, feet on the ground, close your eyes. How do your feet feel? What do you feel? And then with that, I'm going to ask you questions. Are you putting weight equally on every single toe? Can you feel every single toe? Are you leaning forward a little bit more? Are you leaning backwards a little bit more? How are your like ankles? You know, like, are you inverted or everted? Are you...
So you just go through a lot of questioning.
Continuous questioning. How does the floor feel? Can you describe it? And then you probably say cold.
Yeah.
Like, give me more description. Is it flat? Is it like ice? Is it, what kind of cold is it? You know, so really, really asking questions to teach you very deep awareness of your body.
Okay. And so what can be done? Is this like something that can be done in an hour, or is this something that can be done in a day? Is this something that has to take months? Like, how do you work with people to get them to understand their body and start doing somatic work?
It really depends on the level that they come. Obviously, the level of awareness that they come to me with already. It is not a 1 hour session. Absolutely not. My sessions even online are 90 minutes at least, because it takes, especially in the day-to-day rush of the day, it also takes a while for you to be able to actually sink into your body. You know, if your head's going like, oh my God, I have all these things to do and tasks and stuff, how can you listen to your body? You need to be grounded for that. You need to have a certain presence and awareness for that. So I always take time, again, also to create that safe container. I always take time to get people there. For the retreats, for example, people come here for like 3 days in total. So like half a day traveling and arrival, 2 days full retreat, and other morning of closing and leaving again. In those days, things can change so much. And it is the biggest honor to witness that and to guide people by their hand to get through that. And so I've had people who went on a retreat who, for the first time in a decade, lowered their medications.
Straight away, or like later on?
In the months afterwards. Your body is not really quick. The language of your body, and especially the language of your brain, is not really quick.
Okay.
There is no button that you can turn, unfortunately. So the key here is repetition, integration, repetition, integration. And so I always ask of people as well to really do the work afterwards as well. A large part of my retreat is focusing on integration. How can we integrate everything that we have done in those days into your normal day-to-day life? How can we do that? And I also have an online program. So very often I have people on retreats who then follow up with the online program afterwards, because they want to continue the work. They want to continue with the integration. So no, not after 2 days they immediately stop their medications. No. Yeah. But people who've been sick for a decade, who then within 6 months after have basically lowered their medications so much that it's almost not necessary anymore, is such a massive win. Yeah. I had someone who was driving again for the first time in 5 years. I have people who quit their medications fully, very quickly, within a month after the retreat, but they've been sick shorter. Yeah. Okay. So it also depends on that, obviously. You know, like how quickly your body and your brain is taking that on, and that's not. I'm not saying that to put guilt or put blame or be like you're slower or faster than someone else. No. It has to do with
your body and your how much.
If you have
it's
10
been
years of,
going
exactly,
through.
If you have 10 years of trauma, of prolonged disease that is stored in your brain, imagine how ingrained that is in your brain. Yeah, of course. Yeah. A lot more than when you've been sick for a month. Yeah. So that takes more time if you've been sick for longer than when it's just a month, for example.
Okay. Yeah. Staying on the retreat topic. So it's an evening or afternoon they travel, could be in the morning depending on flights. then you just leave them alone. Where do they stay? You leave them alone. They do their own thing. Like, talk me through the 2 days or the
Of retreats.
retreats. Like, what happens over those 2.5, 3 days?
Well, the beauty of the retreats is that it's a personalized retreat. So it's one-on-one.
Okay.
There will be a group retreat coming as well.
Okay. When?
Not sure yet.
Okay.
I'm working on the organization of that. But the one-on-one retreat is very personalized, meaning every retreat is different. And I built the program of the retreat around what that person needs and what that person comes with.
How do you find out what they need? Like, do they...
It's part of the talks that we have beforehand.
Yeah.
And it's so basically we have a 30-minute call that is absolutely free just to get to know each other, for that person to ask me questions around the retreat. And then I can share more about the retreat as well. So that's a 30-minute call for free. And then if they go ahead, then what I do is I have a very extensive questionnaire. That questionnaire is the first exercise. It takes a while, it's long, and I do that on purpose because I want people to really sit with it.
Yeah, and also invest in what it is, why they're coming and what they're hoping and stuff. Yeah.
And the more extensively it's filled out, the better I can
help
program.
And navigate. Yeah.
Okay. So that is the first exercise. Then we have an hour coaching call.
Okay, before they come.
To already start talk about the questionnaire, to talk about their requirements and wants and needs, but also it's a proper coaching call.
Okay.
So the first things that I pick out of the questionnaire, I can then basically already work on and give them a workbook with exercises that they can do and start before coming to the retreat.
Gotcha.
So they're already really, starting everything before you're actually coming here.
Yeah.
Then they come here, they stay in this really beautiful casita on our land.
Beautiful. It is really nice.
It is really beautiful.
We've stayed there ourselves.
Yeah, that's where I did most of my work.
Yeah. And we lived there as a two for months.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely big enough for one person to go on a retreat.
Yeah, it's my safe cave.
It is your little safe cave, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where they're staying.
Yeah.
And then I have a studio off the land where we do the work throughout the day.
Different place.
In a different place. And then basically that's when the personalization happens. So I always have one guest person coming out, like a guest facilitator, to come as well. But that again is based on what I think they need. So it can be a breathwork facilitator, it can be another somatic coach, it can be a dance workshop. It can be
really depends on the person.
Healing. It depends on that person.
Yeah.
And then we have time slots for the somatic work where I basically, start with them in the studio. And magic happens. And the reason why you also say it's energy work is because I do use my sensitivity for feeling others to guide them to places. So I'm quite sensitive and I can pick up on energies, I would say. I find this very hard to say out loud because it kind of feels like I'm coming out now, like it's the first time I'm actually quite saying this.
Yeah.
And I always obviously double check with that person, like if it resonates or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes they say no, and I know it's not true, but maybe they're not there yet.
Yeah.
And that is fine. Like it's not up to me. I'm not imposing something on someone. Like I guide people. I take you by the hand, but you need to do the work.
Yeah.
That's very, very clear for me. Like the people that come, they need to do the work. And it's okay if sometimes people are not there yet. That is okay because, again, I don't want to force someone into a feeling of unsafety because what I create is a safe container, it's a safe space. Because only when your body, your nervous system feels safe, there is a space to work through things.
Okay.
So I will never push someone into a direction that they are not ready for or that doesn't resonate or that they don't want because that's not my job. Absolutely not. I will challenge people.
Yeah.
So I can say there's more, go deeper, or stay with it, or I'm here, like I can hold a mirror up, but I won't push. Yeah. I won't push at all. So that's a part of like energy work where it comes in, I guess.
And what else is involved? I heard you've got an amazing chef.
I've got the best chef in the world. You. Yeah,
me.
So we have gorgeous, gorgeous food that you make. Absolutely most beautiful, colorful, tasteful food. Yeah. Healthy. because I want to support, obviously, your system by eating healthily as well. So that is gorgeous. There's always a part of nature involved as well.
Okay.
Always, because nature is one of the easiest ways to calm your nervous system down.
Yeah.
So whether that's a sea or a hill or a mountain or a tree or whatever, it can be anything. So there's always a part of nature involved. There's journaling involved as well. Lots of time for integration, lots of time for processing, and the whole final day part is about integrating it into your normal life.
Okay.
So that's a main focus as well.
Okay.
That we do.
So pretty much everything on the retreat, once you have invested in it, you just have to turn up with your bag and that's it.
Honestly, the only thing you have to do is book your flights.
Yeah.
The moment you've booked your flights and you're on that plane,
Transport,
the moment you land, everything has been arranged for everything.
And you don't really need to bring anything else.
No, all I ask people is to bring their journal and a pen and comfy clothes.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah.
And you've got any booked for this year so far?
Yeah, I've got my first retreat in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I've got a second retreat that's coming up that will be the second retreat.
Of this year?
No, that will be the second retreat of that person.
Oh, second retreat of the person. Okay, nice.
And other than that, I've not really been focusing much on the retreats yet. So, yeah.
More to come.
More to come. And that's also the beautiful thing of a one-on-one retreat. When people want to come, we decide the dates together.
Yeah.
You know.
And you try and, well, we try and not do more than one a month either, because it's really putting a lot of focus on that person that is coming and making sure that there are dates each time for them to come as well and giving that availability. So
yeah, and I want to give them my full 100% presence and attention and energy.
Yeah. Okay, retreats.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Would you come on my retreat if you hear this?
I mean, I would if I was going to be eating the food that I'm cooking. For sure.
Good answer.
I have a question, okay?
Yeah.
Energy work, somatic work. I've seen on videos where I'm going to do a demonstration from the camera, but someone can't see this.
Yeah.
Where you have someone that's lying down and you have the teacher. I'm going to call you the teacher. Okay? Facilitator. There we go. Standing over them or sitting over them and kind of moving their hand over their body, or like it looks like they're extracting something that I can't see, like it's invisible to me. What is going on there? Because for me, this is like something you see from a film where you get like exorcist, get this demon out of them type work. Yeah. But what is it that's happening in that moment where someone is lying down and the facilitator is kind of like doing things with their hand to extract or move, or you said earlier, like, I'm going to touch the part of their body and then feel what that energy is like. Tell me, as a person that's never gone through this, what on earth is going on? So
I don't do that type of work.
Okay.
So my work is a lot more physical. It's a lot more like grounded.
Okay.
I just use energy work for myself to really check in with that person and to guide them through where their body wants to go.
So you're not doing this.
I'm not extracting
stuff.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
Oh, well, actually, I say that. I sometimes actually can do that.
Yeah, I thought you had done this in the past.
Yeah, especially around their head.
Yeah.
I also do this a lot.
Yeah, what's the, what's happening here?
I shake off the energy
For
of the
anyone
other
that's not
person.
watching and listening,
like I'm shaking my hands.
Eline was shaking her hands and like flicking them as if you had water on your hands and you had to flick it off.
Exactly. So that is for me a way to clear the energy that I have, that I can hold from other people.
How?
It's difficult to, I understand your question. So I sometimes actually do that. I don't do the whole spine thing. That's another way of energy work.
Yeah.
That I don't do.
Let's do that hand flicking thing. Okay. You're flicking energy off.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this something you see? Is this something you feel? Is this something that, like, how do you flick energy off?
It's something I feel.
You feel?
Yeah. So I can feel that sometimes the energy of other people kind of latches onto me. It's kind of sticks.
Yeah.
And for example, my emotions.
Is it like a tingly feeling? Is it like a closed off feeling?
It can be closed off or it can be heavy. Right. I know how to explain this. When you come into a room, you, and I know you do, you sense whether there's been an argument or not.
Yeah, or I sense what's happening in the room.
Yeah. And I think I think everyone can.
Yes.
I know many people come into a room and we're like, "Ooh, what just happened here?"
Yeah.
That's something you can't see, but you feel.
Yes. And in essence, you're feeling an energy.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
You're feeling the energy in the room.
But how do you flick it off?
Every facilitator has their own ways.
Okay.
So, I flick it off my hands or clean my hands with water. Water for me is a massive energy cleanser.
Yeah.
Like if I dive into the sea.
Oh yeah, that's your place.
That's my place.
Yeah.
Everything cleanses. And I also ask take away the energy that is not mine. Give it back to the people that it belongs to.
Who are you speaking to when you say this?
The universe. The universe.
So how do you, I know we're going a little bit further away, but how do you have a connection with the universe?
I think everyone has a connection. But
No,
this
no,
is
no,
a
I don't,
really
I don't,
big topic
I
that
don't have a connection with the universe.
You do have a connection with the universe.
Well, let's pretend I don't, okay? Like I'm a person.
Listen, every person on earth has a connection with the universe, otherwise you wouldn't be here. If people feel it or are open to it, that's a different question.
Yeah, so how do you feel a connection with the universe? Is this again like an energy thing that is on your body where it feels, I don't know, like a shock or like a wave that's going through you or something? How does that work?
People feel it differently. So some people have images, some people hear things, some people feel it, some people know it, some people smell it. So those are all the clairs that are out there. It's called clairvoyance, for example.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you hear something, is this why some people think that they're crazy? Because it's like they're hearing the universes, or that's a completely different thing?
Obviously this is a very tricky part, because when do you have a psychosis and when do you hear stuff? Yeah. Let's not go into that bit right now, because I feel that that's a very...
I'm probably not the best person to be asking these questions.
No, you are. But it's part of a very much of a larger conversation. I know with me, for example, I don't necessarily hear things. I kind of know things and feel it. So I can feel, especially if I really tune in and I put my hands on your body. Yeah,
you always put your hand on my leg.
Yeah, I always put your... the thing is, guys, for anyone who doesn't know, this is my job. I am the most touchy-feely person. I know. On this entire planet. Yeah, you need to be touchy. And I get to touch people for work. I mean, how beautiful is that? Yeah, I mean, for anyone that doesn't know us, I mean, at any point that we are near each other, you have to have a physical part of your body on me. Yeah. If we're lying down and we're next to each other, there has to be a foot touching, an arm touching, a finger. There has to be something touching. Yeah. So for me, it is very much an inner feeling or an inner knowing that something's going on. Like I knew when my best friend went into labor, that she went into labor before she texted me or called me that she was in labor. I knew that she was pregnant of her second before she told me she was pregnant. I sent her a voice note. I hope she's listening. I sent her a voice note. I was like crying. Like, oh my God, I'm already emotional and I don't even know if it's true, but did you need to tell me something? And then she called you straight away. Yeah. She was like, okay, you already knew, but yes.
I know, because you actually told me that morning as well. You were like, I need to call her. And then I think...
The evening before I told you, she's like, she's pregnant.
Yeah, and then you did the voice note and crying, and then she told you, and that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so that's my way of...
connecting with the universe and people and...
Yeah, and I believe that everyone can do that, but some people... are very you also have obviously mediums, for example, who are super connected and they might not even...
Mediums is a different... This is a whole nother topic we need to go into.
Yeah, no, let's leave that for another podcast. Yeah. But, and you have people who, again, I think this is just part of a bigger contract of a bigger...
Sign a contract.
I was thinking soul contract. Okay. And that's when it made me realize, I was like, right, this is part of a bigger conversation for another time.
Because mediums, we had this conversation the other day, and I was like, how do I believe what is going on with the medium, stuff like that? So we can touch on that in another episode. Back to what it is that you do. So we've done now retreats. Anything else on somatic work that is worthwhile someone knowing that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, I think what I just want to make very clear is that the way of somatic work that I do is learning the language of your body, but also giving space for very difficult emotions to be there. And it is freaking hard work. Yeah. I'm not saying this is
No, I've seen
easy
how much
ride.
work you put into doing this, teaching it, learning it,
Yeah, but
your
also do
own
myself-
work,
exactly.
your own work and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot.
And you know, you need to be ready for emotions like fear or anger that come up. I've been angry for like 3 weeks straight when I was here by myself on a mountain, and I was at one point like screaming in my car because I was just so angry, and it was like a rage that I'd never experienced before, and I didn't know what it was for or who it was to or what it was about, but just allowing that feeling to be there cleared up so much shit.
Okay.
And so I don't want to scare people because I very strongly believe that your body and your nervous system will only give you what you are able to carry in that moment. Mm-hmm. So it is like an onion, and every time we peel off more layers,
peeling that layer.
Yeah. So you won't be overwhelmed by emotions. You won't be like, you know, going into it and never come out of it anymore, because that's when I am there to guide you through it. So you will come out of that.
So what type of people are coming to you, like on the retreat? Is it always people that were like yourself that had chronic pain, or could it be someone else?
No, actually, the retreats and also my online coaching are not only for people with chronic pain or chronic illness. Okay. So I actually had people as well who were just having very heavy anxiety or with burnouts, but it basically is open to anyone who wants to understand their body more. So it's not only people with chronic pain or chronic illness. It's also a personal development tool. It's also a personal development retreat.
Yeah. So someone like me could go on this, even though I do not show physical signs of something, or I've going through a burnout or anything. Like someone like me that is just wanting to learn more about my body could go on this.
100%. It's actually a really beautiful way to come here. Also, when you just want to get to know your body, because you're preempting or like proactively making yourself healthier, so you don't at a later age get, for example, pains that you shouldn't have, or etc., etc. So, and
you touched on something there, like personal development. Actually, someone that is working for a company, you actually get personal development allowances and stuff to help yourself. You could probably coincide that with this, no?
Half of the people that came have been able to do this.
Oh yeah? Oh great.
So you can definitely use your personal development. If you have a personal development
funds, allowance, that's the word I was looking for.
Use that to come.
Great.
Yeah, cool, right?
Yeah, really cool. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I love it. Final question, because I think we're
oh my god, we're already on 45 minutes.
Yeah. And this might be a question for me, I don't know actually. Obviously, you go through this somatic work. You've done a lot of it yourself. For someone like me as a partner that is not doing it as well, how do you have a relationship that works when someone is going down a more, I'm going to use the word spiritual, I know it's not spiritual, but the somatic world that they're going to be doing, but your partner is not doing it at the same time? And how do you have conversations, and how do you talk about these things if they don't quite understand it?
Yeah, this is a good one, because I was super scared that I was going to lose you.
You were absolutely petrified that you,
Yeah. Take them by the hand and talk them through what you do. People respond to energy of a room or a situation. When you change, I have to change in order to keep on matching with you. And so that takes time. People, when you change, people only see the change it happening, right? Like, so imagine an iceberg, and only the part that's above the water is what people see. Whereas actually, if you look under the water, there's a whole foundation that has been cleared out and cleaned and changed and stuff like that. You're not suddenly changed from one day to another. That's a process that takes time. And so, especially with very close friends or partners or family, try and talk with them through the foundational changes already, so that it doesn't come out as a shock. When you're actually there and changed. Because then they can change, it allows them to change with you. Yeah.
And you don't mean change with them that they have to go and do it.
No. But you will change as a person. When you do this work, you will change.
The partner will change.
No, you as a person who's doing this work.
I want to focus on the partner.
No, exactly. Okay, so what I mean with that is, and again, I know when I say this, you will change. I feel my own brain and body like, no, nothing can change. I feel it happening, right, inside of me. And I've been doing this work for so many years already. So imagine, I know that when I say this, it will trigger people and be like, oh my God, no. Change is not always a bad thing. So why I'm saying this in relation to the question about the partner is because when you change, the other partner has to change as well. But that happens subconsciously. Again, this is the energy that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Imagine a radio station, you're at 100.1 and then the other person is also 100.1 because that's matching and you have a good frequency, right? If I suddenly move to 120, you can't stay at 100.1. You need to meet me at 120 as well in order to have the frequency and in order to have the connection that we still have.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean change to frequency 120 where I have to go and do the work myself. It means an understanding of what the other person is doing and going through.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Take the other person by the hand in the things that you're working through and going through so they can keep on understanding you and you can stay on the same frequency.
Gotcha.
It doesn't have to mean that the other person also has to do it. You've never done somatic work.
No, I've never done it. No. And I don't have any interest in doing it.
And yet at the same time, I would say about 5-6 months ago, you were giving me a hug. Yeah. And you were like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know, nothing. Yeah, I feel you're a bit tense in your like lower belly. Yeah. Remember this conversation?
I do remember this, yeah, I do.
So that suddenly happened. Yeah. Don't know where that came from.
No.
Like that suddenly happened. So yeah, I just hope that people can stay open to new things. Yeah. And offer a shoulder for people to lean on who are doing this work. Yeah.
For me, like if I would give advice to a partner, I would think of it as they're taking up a new hobby. So for me, when I was doing it with you, it was like, okay, she's going to go and learn, in essence, how to go and do Pilates for the first time. Like, I want to learn what you're doing in your Pilates session. I want to learn how it's going, who you're being taught by. And I would then flip it to then be, what are you doing for this somatic work? So take me through, like we're having this conversation now, what is it? How do I understand it on a level of someone that is not doing it themselves? And I think it's very much starting with the basics, fundamentals, and being okay that the partner might not get it the first few times. And also okay if they don't want to do it themselves or don't want to learn everything about it, but you need to really understand what it is that your partner's going through so that you can support each other through those different moments. That would be my advice.
Beautiful advice. Really beautiful advice. Yeah.
It's a good way to end. That was really interesting.
Yeah, thank you for all the questions.
That's okay.
Did you learn a lot?
I did actually, yeah. Yeah, I did. And also it's, I think it's good because I'm not afraid to ask these questions and figure stuff out because I'm figuring it out myself still. There's still bits that are new to me.
Does it make sense? Like, you know, obviously we talk about feelings and emotions. If I explain it like this and give the words to it like this, does it make sense for you logically as well?
Theoretically, yes, but in action and stuff, no.
No, but that's...
I've not done it. No. But I understand the theory behind it and how it might work.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, very lovely to hear. It
was good. I enjoyed the conversation.
I really enjoyed that conversation too. Thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. Looks like you're going to kiss me.
I was going to kiss you.
So cheesy.
Yeah, you are. All right. For anyone who's listening who might be interested in going for a retreat or speaking about online options, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram and we can schedule in that 30-minute free coaching call. Come with all your questions already because I'm more than happy to help. And then I'll tell you more about the retreat or the online coaching program as well.
Sounds great. Bye, everyone.